So you're thinking about moving to Flagstaff, Arizona? My name's Tammy and this is Flagstaff, Arizona Living. So today we're at Buffalo Park. You can bring your dog. They do need to be on a leash. And as you can see behind me, those are our San Francisco peaks. The pointiest one is Mount Humphreys, and then this side over here, if you can see the cell phone towers up on top, that's Mount Elden. You can hike to both of them. Mount Humphreys you can only hike to between like July and October. Otherwise there's still snow up there. There are people who will put on like spikes on their shoes and still make it happen. But Mount Elden gets more sun, and so you can hike the face of it or the back of it. You can also bike up the back of it as well. There's lots of things you can do here outdoors. Buffalo Park was founded like, I don't know, 100 years ago or so. I guess that there used to be wolves and bears and bison that would come here, and they wanted it to be an animal refuge, and now it's been turned into a municipal park, and everyone comes to enjoy it. It's such a beautiful place. I love coming here. I have seen lots of elk and deer here myself, and there's always families, there's people on bikes, there's people bringing their dogs, or a lot of people who work at the hospitals will just come here and do a 1 or 2 or 3 mile loop on their lunch break just to get up and move. All right, so today I was reading all of the signs. There's a bunch of signage when you first come into Buffalo Park, and I learned something new. There was a neurosurgeon in town named Nate Avery, and now one of the 2 mile loop trails is named after him. He passed away maybe 12 years ago. I've been here 15 to 16 years, and he passed away pretty soon after we got here. He was a well-known neurosurgeon. I think he also worked with pediatrics as well. And him and his family had gone up to Lake Powell, and I believe that he went out on his own and had slipped on some red rock and hit his head, and they found him later. So I don't know if he passed from blunt force trauma or from drowning. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but he has definitely left behind a big legacy. His name, there's a lot of things dedicated in his honor or by his family, and apparently now one of these 2 mile loop trails is as well. I'm just gonna grab onto my dog's leash because I see another dog coming. Anyways, but something else that he left behind as his legacy that somebody started was called Best Life Ever. So there's all these little stickers that say BLE, and then underneath it says Best Life Ever. I've seen it in Maui before. I've seen those stickers in Maui, and I know that they originated here in Flagstaff in his honor. So anyways, it's kind of interesting to be part of such a small community where you have wins and losses, like some joyful things and some things that are just really sad, but then to see such a tragedy turn into something really beautiful is also nice as well. I personally did not know him, so I can't say too much about him personally, but I just learned that he has a trail named after him, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so here at Buffalo Park, people just come here to walk on their lunch breaks. They come here to walk maybe every day. They meet up with friends, they bring their dogs. The kids come as well, and along one of the trails there's all these little exercise equipments, and it has a QR code, so you can look and see exactly how you're supposed to use the equipment. I've heard one little girl complaining the entire time she's been here, but I think she's going to end up having fun once she gets used to it and moves her body, and it's so beautiful right now. If you want to live in Flagstaff, you're going to enjoy the summers and the falls so much. They're just absolutely lovely. We don't have a ton of color change, so we're always asking online like, hey, where can I go and see the colors changing, the leaves changing, because most of what we have is pine trees. So anyways, today at Buffalo Park, I haven't seen much except for these tiny little yellow flowers. I don't know if you can see them. Other than that, it's just looking like everything is still pretty green. Behind me on the mountain, there is definitely some changing colors up there. Anyway, so I thought we would just kind of walk around and talk more about why we all love Buffalo Park. Okay, so here at Buffalo Park, we have a lot of 5Ks and 1 mile fun runs. A lot of different people, like maybe dental offices or anyone who's trying to raise money for a cause. You might see them holding an event out here. I know that there is a pediatric dentist in town, and he does like a Halloween dash. I don't know if it's on Halloween, but it's always like the week of Halloween. It's really fun. People dress up. And a lot of kids will just do the 1 mile run, and then a lot of families will do the 5K. And that's really fun. And then you can come here in the winter if you want to just play in the snow. It's pretty flat, as you can see. You got great views of all of our peaks here. So you could just play in the snow if you want to build a snowman. But there's not going to be like a tubing hill here. I don't know if you're allowed to. I guess you could build your own hill depending on how much snow was actually here at the moment. You always think it's playtime, huh? Do you always think it's playtime? Yes, you do. So some of my friends who grew up here have told me that if you smell the bark of a Ponderosa pine, that it smells like vanilla. I've never actually done it. So let's see. It does. So this is a Ponderosa pine right here. All of these are Ponderosa pine, but this one in particular. And the bark smells like vanilla. Who knew? The things that you learn here when you're a native. I wonder if my kids have learned that. I swear they never tell me anything. I think the only things that they learn at school is how to tell a lie and how to act surprised when they get caught in a lie. What? Me? I feel like the whole class gathers in the hall just to practice. This is how we lie to our parents, and this is how we get away with it. So you can definitely see wildlife here at Buffalo Park. I would imagine the best times would be dusk and dawn. I can't say that I've seen anything for quite a while, but there's these big open fields and you will see deer and elk out here. I'm sure you could see coyote. I personally have never seen a wolf or a bear up here, but they have been sighted in my, not wolves, coyotes, bears in my neighborhood occasionally, and then definitely javelina. I see a lot of javelina down in Sedona. I don't see quite as much here in Flagstaff, but they're definitely here. People will, if you want to know what's going on in Flagstaff, you can definitely join like the next app. Rosie, come back. Or wait, lots of different Flagstaff Facebook groups. They have a lot of information. Some people are kind of snarky on there. Like if someone is moving to town, there's always a bunch of people that are just kind of mean about, don't come here, it's too expensive. But you know, you guys are grown-ups, you can make your own decisions, and I try to put positivity into the world, not negativity. I think there's already enough, and we have enough negativity in our own heads, like we really need it on a Facebook group. Come on, Rosie. Come on. All right, so we're coming to the end of the trail. This was my favorite part of the trail because I used to come here and run. And it's at the end of a 2-mile loop. And sometimes we would do the loop a couple times, or you can also add in a 1-mile loop and then do the 2-mile loop. So for me, when I noticed I was going downhill just a tiny bit, I knew that I was almost there. So this is what it looks like. You start going downhill and then you go up the hill. And the uphill is really, really hard for me when I was running it. And so I would usually just go as much as I could and then say, okay, do 10 more steps, or do 20 more steps, do 30 more steps, something like that. And then I'm trying to not let my dog go. There's a lot of people here today. So anyways, as soon as you come out of this like thicket of trees, you are back to the beginning. A lot of people start the trail here and other people end the trail here. So there's a lot of different options. It's honestly just so beautiful and so peaceful. It feels like, I mean, I guess it is a nature preserve. Maybe that's why it feels like that. So here is the look at this little hill. Start going up. Can't really tell on camera, but it's hard when you're running it. Anyways, it's safe here as well. You can also view the stars here in the evenings. Flagstaff is a dark sky city, which means we keep all of our lights down really, really low so that you aren't giving off light pollution when it's not necessary. Anyway, so I think that kind of sums up Buffalo Park. There's also a disc golf course here as well. and plenty of parking. And again, my name's Tammy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.